the phrase "must win" is a bit of a cliche in football, and you hear people talk about must-win games in November, which is ridiculous. But these are now literally must-win games, aren't they?
Yep, they are, Jamie. They're must-win fixtures for us, starting on Monday night against Burnley. But yeah, there's no denying we're at the point of that season and the situation we find ourselves in. That these games now are games we've got to win, and we try everything in our power to win them. We understand the situation, we understand where we are, but as always, the main focus has been since the weekend to this week is Monday night. And what Monday night is an opportunity for us to win a game of football and get 3 points. And this one we've got to do that as well. So I said that after the game against Chelsea, when people were asking me the question and what it is. Well, we've got 4 games ahead of us. We need to win all 4, and that starts on Monday night.
When we spoke this time last week, it was really rousing what you were saying. You were saying you still believe we can definitely get out of this. I see fighting the players. Is your own belief starting to wane a bit now?
No, my belief is not waning. At this present moment in time, no, definitely not. Because at this moment, there's 4 games left, and of course, I know I do keep saying that. I'm not mad. I'm not deluded in any way. I understand the predicament we're in, and I understand how difficult that challenge is. But at this moment, it's still a challenge. It's still there. Okay, we may need some other results to go our way. So is it totally in our hands? No. But what is in our hands is the next 4 games, and can we win 4? That's the aim. And in the real short term, which is Monday night, we need to win that game. After Monday, if we don't win that, it's, of course, my belief for where I see it is going to be very, very different. Of course it is. And over the course of the season, I always looked at a team that have been competitive. I've looked at a team that have been indifferent at times, of course, and inconsistent, and that's why we are where we are. But it's certainly a team that can win games, and we need to start on Monday night, and that's the main focus from me. I'm not willing to indulge or look at anything different other than that at this present moment in time. And that may change, of course, in the future, or certainly in the near future. But at the moment, that's not the case.
Scott, are there players that are firing the rest of the squad up and saying, we can do this? I mean, Joe was the captain on the pitch, but he's only 24 years of age. He's on loan. He's not a full Fulham player. Tom's had his injury issues, but which players are the ones saying, lads, come on, we can still get ourselves out of this?
Right. We have players here that show through their actions. Don't have many players here that are real leaders. A young squad and a squad that at times are focusing on themselves and navigating their way in the toughest league in the world, while also in the situation that they're in and the pressures what that brings of being where we are in the table. So, what I have seen is, and which I've seen all year, is a group of players that are relentless in trying to get better and trying to win football matches, and that's not changed this week. I see a group of players full focused, committed, trying their hardest, understand that what they're going to need to do on Monday night and what we're going to need to bring to the game to win it. So in that sense, I have that in abundance. Of course, like I said to you, Jamie, that it is a young squad, and with young squads, you have a leadership quality. Is something which is probably developed over time and through experiences. And of course, you have natural leaders, but we're probably a little bit shy on them at the moment.
And just one final one from me, Scott. You mentioned a couple of answers ago how it's out of your hands now. Will you put yourself through it? Will you watch Newcastle this evening? Will you watch Southampton tomorrow evening? Or will you just avoid those games?
I don't know, really. It depends. I probably won't watch. I'll have half an eye on it. I don't know, the roller coaster of the emotions, what this Premier League brings, and so maybe not. But certainly my views. You asked me them questions a few months ago. It was an irrelevance for us. It was really an irrelevance. My main focus was the team and us winning games, and that's still the case. Of course it is. But you get to 4 games to go. Of course, there's half an eye on other teams at this moment now, and we'll see how that pans out.
Cheers, Scott. Enjoy your weekend if you can.
Cheers, Jamie. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, Jamie. Anita Jones, Premier League Productions.
Afternoon, Scott.
Hi, Anita.
Could we just start with some team news, please?
Team news, yeah, we're looking okay, to be fair. Practically near on a full squad. Harrison Reed's just come today for the first time with a little bit of light work. So again, the next couple of days we'll probably have more of a clear idea, because obviously it was more conditioned today's work. Tom Cairney still is with the group and is heading in the right direction, so we'll make a call on that one as well. And everyone else is fine, so we're all good.
So do you think there's a possibility we could see Tom Cairney feature in one of these final matches of the season?
Hopefully. Again, the nature of Tom's injury and the way that road's been, I think on all sides, mine, Tom's, everyone, we're all a little bit nervous and wondering how that's going to pan out in terms of upping the loads and stuff like that. At this moment, he's managed that, and he's been training with us and training with the group. So, like I said, we'll have to see how that pans out in the next week or so, or a few days.
You spoke about having a group of players who are determined and want to win football matches. I just wondered, what's the morale been like around the whole club in this last week?
Morale's been good. It's never been an issue, morale. The environment and the culture was set here has always been a very positive one, always been very realistic as well. And the environment we set here is that disappointment. Yeah, of course, you're going to have that in football, you have that in life, but it's how we react to them disappointments. So there's, when there's time to reflect and time to be disappointed and really be overcritical or overanalyze is a time when a curtain comes down on something and there's no more left to do. So while that's still not the case at this present moment in time, there is a game now on Monday night, and we need everything in our power, our minds free, energy, to try and win that football match. And that's been the main focus, really.
You've got just about a week to prepare for that game, or you'll have just about a week to prepare for that game. I mean, how much of an opportunity is that to kind of reset and focus the players for these final games?
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for us in that sense. It gives us an opportunity to get some work in. And get ready for what's a massive game for us. So the timings is always key between fixtures. Sometimes you want them coming around a bit quicker than others. But yeah, look, I was really pleased with our last performance. Honestly, was. I thought we played very, very well, and I liked us. Missing certain bits, of course, but I really liked us. So we need to translate that now again on Monday night, and this week's been a good week for us to work on that and keep enhancing that, really.
And finally, for me, it's Burnley on Monday. They have a 9-point cushion about your side, but it's only one win in their last 5. What are you expecting from the game?
Tough game. A tough game, yeah. I mean, Sean's done an amazing job at Burnley. I think you know what you're up against when you come up against Sean's teams and what they bring. So a real tough game for us, and we need to be fully aware of that, really. So they've been operating in around the Premier League now for some time. And that's credit to Sean and the job he's done there. So players what have been in around the Premier League for some time as well, with big experiences and can navigate and know how to navigate their way around this division. So it's as always in this league, it's going to be a tough game. Going to bring some different components to maybe what other games bring, but it's one we need to stand up to that challenge, really.
Thank you. Best of luck on Monday.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, Anita. To conclude the broadcast section, we'll have Emma Jones, BBC London.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Emma.
You lose on Monday, you're relegated. Burnley win, they survive in the Premier League. It's a hugely significant match. I'm wondering how that's affecting you and your players.
Yeah, look, I think it's exactly that. It's a massive match for us. And like you said, it's there in terms of understanding what this game is. For me personally, I prefer it that way. I prefer it when there's a definite to it, and what's definite is we need to win. And of course, we've wanted that's always been the mantra, and that's always been the case. But you get to this point in the season, and I think I remember saying this a few weeks ago, Emma. These are the moments, and these are the times now where it's the most crucial. These are the times when leagues are won, relegations are decided, golden boots. This is where the trophies come out, or the awards come out, and this is what's going to be, and this is where it is. So yeah, look, the task ahead of us on Monday is one which is a game we need to try and win against a very good opponent, and that's what we're going to endeavour to do.
What do you think you've learnt about yourself as a manager this season that can help you and your team in these last 4 games?
In terms of the ups and downs of what this league brings, in terms of the quality and the harshness and the reality sometimes of this division, but certainly a big positive is exactly that, how we've reacted during them moments. And this team along this journey this year, I keep saying it because I get we may fail this year. I get that we've at this present moment in time maybe not won as many games or whatever that is, but to be where we are at this moment in time is that there's been some real upturns, there's been some real learning, there's been some real improvements. And while of course maybe at the end of this road there might be failure overall, there has been some real uplifts as well, and how we've dealt with them moments and not sank, how players have pulled through them moments and put in performances, how the team have been managed to scrap through some real serious adversity at times and real moments what would have sunk a lot of teams and probably would have been dead and buried a long time ago. It has been crucial really, and they're all good learning curves, and they're all certainly experiences that can only help every one of us really, myself included, and the players. So yeah, that's the main thing really.
So with that in mind, if you could press a magic button and start this season again, what would you do differently?
Good question. There's a lot of things I would do, and I probably wouldn't want to air them to you or to the bigger world. There's things as a football club, there's things myself and my staff, there's things of the players, there's always a lot of things. And of course there is when you sit where we sit in the division, that's always going to be the case. And I'm sure the best, which they do, your winning leagues is still the same. So, like anything, hindsight and going back is always something which everyone would love to do. The facts are you can't. And what you can do is learn from them experiences and become stronger and become better and work out where you last went wrong. If there was one magic thing you could do was, of course, let's press a button, let's start over again, let's go back to 3:00 on whatever day or at the end of a game. But unfortunately, we can't do that. What's the test of a person? What's the test of someone's skills and someone's ability is they can face up to them mistakes or whatever they see as failures, learn from them and get better from them and improve and move forward. And that's what we'll endeavour to do as a football club. I'll endeavour to do what I have done for the large part of my career, and the players will as well. That's been a driving message from me constantly, and that won't be any different at all.
One thing you have done is played Burnley at Craven Cottage already this season and lost to them in the FA Cup. Will the team be so different that won't have any bearing on this match on Monday? No,
not really. That game, we were second best in certain things in terms of duels and what the game brought. We didn't compete well enough against team and struggled at certain moments under the pressure that they put on us. So look, if for 1 minute we're not of a mindset or certainly of a real attitude about us to understand what we're going to need to bring to this football match on Monday, then the same outcome will happen. So yeah, we need to understand that. We need to understand exactly what this game needs to bring first and foremost, and then can we put our quality on it? Can we have our moments, and can we be deadly in them moments and find the edge to win the game?
Finally, from me, you're being linked with the Tottenham job. What do you make of that?
Nothing really. I have one focus, and that's Burnley, and that's Fulham Football Club. At this moment in time, we have 4 games, and I'm trying everything in my power, like me and my staff and the players have for the last year now, to keep us in this division. And that's exactly where that is really.